Which service offers the best answer engine optimization? I mean, you're asking the right question because AEO is the modern era of online organic lead generation. Is there a service out there that can help you with this? So more than an answer, I'm going to give you a filter. Right now, there are a lot of agencies throwing out the term AEO. It makes them sound smart, perhaps, but many of them don't know what it is, or they don't even know the difference between answer engine optimization and generative engine optimization or search engine optimization. If they use those terms interchangeably, there's a problem. Many of these companies are probably just using ChatGPT to generate your content, and that's a problem. In this episode, I'll show you what a real AEO service should include. And I admit I have a bias. I'll tell you about my done-for-you service. You want to make sure that it's built around a process that actually works and gets results. Let's dive right in. So first, let's expose the false promise of AEO services. There are a lot of ambitious marketers out there that want to be on the cutting edge. And so they learn some of the jargon, they learn some of the lingo, and they have an elementary education. But because they become comfortable saying these words and saying this jargon more so than their customers think that they know what they're talking about. Now, there are several categories of services. There's some services that are just spam. They have fake robots and bots and programs that will just spam the planet and somehow think that that's going to help you. The only thing it will actually do is increase your vanity metrics, but not bring you any leads, not bring you any real people, and it can actually hurt your accounts on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you use it. Then there are good intentioned companies like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, but they provide tools that are misleading. I mean, they have this SEO score tool that's based on principles back from 2015 SEO tactics. And if you follow that, your videos aren't going to rank at the top of YouTube or ChatGPT. Now, that's just an analysis. That's not a service, but there are other companies out there that do service. Now, here's the problem with some of these companies. They offer post-content optimization. Now, that worked back in 2015 and prior. So you could make an article or make a video, and then you could optimize it, right? So you take that video and you add tags, you add metadata, and you write a blog and have it link to that content. And you write an article and do article marketing and have that link to it. And you create all these link wheels and blog farms and this whole network of level 2 websites that point back right here to optimize that piece of content. So in other words, in order to get that content to be recognized by the search engine, you had to create a lot of noise and a lot of spam around it. That doesn't work anymore. That really stopped working about 10 years ago in 2015. Search engines like Google and YouTube got way smarter, and these AI tools are super smart. I mean, Google uses AI, YouTube uses AI now. So metadata isn't important. I mean, on YouTube transcribes every single word of your videos, so it knows what your video is about. And it uses an AI brain to analyze the thumbnails and analyze the video so it can see the visuals and it knows what your video is about. And then it tests real human interaction. If there's a person that is searching for something and Google or YouTube or AI pairs that video with that person, how does the person interact? Do they watch 5 seconds and then leave? Or do they watch the whole video? Do they rewind it and watch more? Do they comment on it? Do they share it with other people? What about the next person? Do they watch the whole thing? What about the third person it recommends? Yeah, they watch the whole thing too. So they test the content to see if it really matches that user's intent or what they're searching for. So of course, metadata doesn't matter. Instead of post-creation optimization, where you create content and then optimize it, now you have to optimize the strategy before you create the content. So that's the first question you can ask any service that claims that they do AEO. And any question you ask, they're gonna say, yes, we do that. But you need to dig deep and find out, okay, tell me the process. What do we do first? What do we do second? What do we do third? Okay, what you need to do first is find the questions, really specific questions. Like start with 10-word questions on your topic, because you can find this group of questions that's on a specific topic by a certain group of people. But there's other people over here, maybe these are consumers, maybe these are business owners. They have a different level of question on that topic. And there's another group here and another group here. You can sort through all the questions until you find your dream clients. You can find your dream clients by doing this, and you'll find that there are thousands of them. You just have to dig. So that's step one of answer engine optimization, is finding the questions that your dream client is asking. Step two is making a video in a format that will build a relationship. So we're not talking about promo videos, and you have to make the videos in a way that doesn't cause them to put their defenses up, but that will be welcome to them, and they'll watch the video all the way to the end because it's exactly what they were searching for. Step three is to give them a free gift. It's called a lead magnet. So that's how these people, you build trust through this relationship video, then they become a lead in your business, you nurture that relationship, you have a conversation with them, and you can sell a high-ticket program. So the more you understand about the process of what you must do to make AEO work, you can look at all these other agencies and say, what are they doing? Are they using AI to generate content? Now that's not even AEO, that's GEO, Generative Engine Optimization, because they think, all right, we need to market, so we're going to have these AI tools create posts for Facebook and create posts for Instagram and for LinkedIn. Yeah, we'll have you create some YouTube content so you can repurpose it, and they talk all about the efficiency of that and how much content you'll be able to create with little work. And you'll look at some of this content and you'll be impressed. You'll be like, wow, that looks really good. This is exciting. And you'll feel excited because there's so much going on and so much being created. But then you check YouTube and you figure out, okay, can anyone find me on YouTube if they do a search? And none of this content appears at the top of search. So then you go over to Facebook, and yeah, their search engines are broken. Same with LinkedIn. So then you go over to Google and you search there. Does any of your content appear there? And it doesn't. So you go to ChatGPT and you start digging and digging and digging, like hoping maybe I'm here in some small corner of ChatGPT, but none of this content gets found by people searching for you. The reason is it's generative, and when people are looking for an answer, they don't want something made up. They want something that's coming from expertise. They want a real answer, and they want to find a person that's got a bias, because bias comes from experience. There's wisdom there. So what real answer engine optimization is you dig and dig and dig until you find the questions that your dream clients are asking, and you have to create content around that strategy. You have to create brand new content. Strategy first, then content. You put that content out there, and because it's a real, genuine answer with bias and opinion coming from your real experience or this expert's real experience, when people ask that question, the answer engine will pair that video with the questioner, and they'll watch the video, and they'll watch it all the way through to the end. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of steps. You've got to find the questions, you've got to prepare the content, you've got to film the content, you've got to edit the content, you've got to design the thumbnails, you've got to post the content on YouTube, turn it into a blog, and then you've got to track the results so you can keep mapping out that strategy. The pathway is very clear and specific. It just takes a lot of work. And so I've created a done-for-you service. I'm happy to chat with you about my done-for-you service, but I admit I would like you to have a little bit more education first. I teach a webinar, and I don't sell in the webinar. I teach my leaf strategy. I go into depth for an hour on what this strategy really is. And what you'll be able to decide is whether this strategy is really a fit for you. You'll have realistic expectations for what this could do for your business in terms of lead generation and revenue. So after you see the leaf strategy webinar, then I'd love to jump on Zoom one-on-one with you, and we can have a conversation. So to register for the webinar, I do these live every week unless the holidays are here. But go to theleafstrategy.com. You'll see when I'm doing my next webinar, and I'll see you there. And then I look forward to having a conversation with you right after.